Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review. I'm gonna be frank. I'm actually a little nervous before consuming this, but this might be the biggest twist to 2018 by far. You never know. This is the signature. There's a lot to it. I had to write this down on little post-it notes. This is the signature garlic white cheddar burger from McDonald's. Now, you might remember from last year, they introduced their signature line of sandwiches. And this was McDonald's saying, you know what? We might have our standard burgers. We might have our standard chicken sandwiches. But we have a premium lineup of goods too, thus the signature line. And they originally had the signature Sriracha burger. But you know it just as well as I do. Sriracha is a fad. It's a fad. It's past. McDonald's said, "All right, we gotta get up with the times. So what's everyone talking about? Oh, I know, garlic white cheddar. Yeah, you never heard about the garlic white cheddar craze that's sweeping not just the nation but the entire planet in 2018? Well, McDonald's has, and thus the garlic white cheddar signature lineup has been made. Now, I got their burger, and again, I admit I have a little bit of hesitation because first and foremost, right off the bat, I kind of got hit with some bad luck. I'll tell you the truth. This, you can get it in a burger or you can get it as chicken. So you can get it burger, crispy chicken, grilled chicken. I went to order this and I said I'd like to get the burger. They said, grilled or crispy? I said, no, the burger, the beef burger. I said, yeah, grilled or crispy. It's like they didn't, there was an issue, there was a miscommunication with that. I guess I've never really heard of a crispy burger, but anyway. Finally, that got cleared out of the way. Now, this is supposed to have a beef patty, crunchy garlic chips, garlic aioli, that's the garlic, lettuce, tomato, white cheddar cheese, and of course, I think I already mentioned it, beef. This was $4.59 a premium sandwich. Now, what I got, it's understandable. Here's the first view of the burger. Right there. It's understandable, when they say expectations versus reality in terms of fast food. It's understandable. It's not, it's not always going to look like it does during the picture that's advertised. But it's not the happiest looking sandwich, This is it. The one thing that kind of gets me, and this is why I said I have a little bit of hesitance in terms of trying it. Now, it is white cheddar cheese, that's true. This is their signature bun. But if you look, I'm going to do a little bit of tomato extraction here, and then I'll put it back on. You kind of see the cheese right there. It's almost clear. The cheese, you hide behind it, and you can get that perfect feel of it. The cheese, it's like it's clear almost. It's like it's a clear, I don't know. It's just I've never really seen cheese that's completely clear before, I suppose. I guess I'm not really seeing any of the garlic chips. I guess they forgot that one too. But this is indeed the burger. I could at least smell some of the garlic at least on it. But it seems clearly there were a few errors already in terms of preparation, and the cheese kind of has me a little iffy. But nonetheless, you know how things are here. We carry onwards and forwards, and we're going to delve into this and try it nonetheless. So this is the premium garlic white cheddar burger from McDonald's going in. One more bite. It's the end of the day. I said, well, I'm feeling it. You know, I'm gonna do a review. It didn't work out. I said this before when I was trying the cheesy tots from Burger King. I said to myself, remember, just be logical and just remember that not everyone's item is going to be like this. But yours was not good. And be honest about it. And that holds true here. There's a couple issues with it, a couple very serious ones. Number one, of course, first and foremost, it's missing the chips. We can't have the full signature burger without the garlic chips on it. So it's missing a crucial. It's missing that keystone or cornerstone or whatever they call it. That's absolutely quintessential for the foundation of this sandwich. It's missing it. But it still has garlickiness, at least. It still has that garlic aioli. So it's not like you're just getting a premium garlic burger sans garlic. At least it does have that garlic aioli to it. So I was able to get and absorb some of the garlic flavoring to it. The next big issue that I found with it was the quality of the beef. When, of course, they say signature crafted, you expect it to have a bit of an upgrade from their standard, from their standard $1 menu, $2 menu, and such burgers. But this burger, to me, was tasteless. And the only thing that I could taste on it was the copious amount of salt that they added on the bottom of the patty, maybe to kind of make up for the lack of flavor. I have no idea, but all I could taste on it was salt. I mean, when I even looked at it, I could see the salt crystals on the burgers. I mean, they must have dumped the entire shaker on this thing, because that's all that I could taste in the burger, just pure salt. The third issue that I have with it is the bun. Now, again, for signature crafted, they try to make it more of like an artisan type of, restaurant quality thing. They try to toast the bun, which is a kind gesture. But when the bun isn't toasted, and rather it's burned, that's a big issue too. So, keep in mind, here I am, I'm eating this burger. You can't even taste the cheese, which has this really weird looking, it just looks very, very odd. It's as though maybe they just stuck the sheet of plastic that's supposed to go on the cheese and put that in it. But I would be able to taste that instead, but you get what I'm trying to say. It just looks very, very out of place. You can't even taste that. The burger, all I taste is salt. It's flavorless otherwise. The bun is completely burnt, so there I am. I'm eating it. There's some char from the bun, but there's that tomato. That was a good tomato. That tomato didn't deserve to be on this sandwich. That tomato deserved to be in a better place, quite frankly. And then you had the garlic, right? So at least the burnt bun and the overly salty, otherwise tasteless patty had some garlic flavor and a little tomato also to boot. So at least they kind of had those two things, but everything else was terribly disappointing. And I see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get it just nice and garlicky, and it's supposed to work out and have a little bit of that crunch there too, and it's supposed to just be a really nice restaurant quality burger, which at that price, at $4 and 50 something cents, would be very good value. But this was just a terrible disappointment for what I was given. Extremely subpar. Therefore, the rating of what I will be giving this burger that I got it's going to be a 2 out of 10. And the reason why it's not lower is because it has a little bit of that garlic flavor, and that was a good tomato that they gave me. And that's pretty much the thing that's keeping it afloat. Now keep in mind though, that's not saying that every burger that's of this line is going to be terrible, because I highly doubt that. But keep that in mind. If your burger has everything that it's supposed to have, the garlic aioli that's there is very potent. It's a garlicky, it's a garlicky sauce. This will be a garlicky burger. And if all the ingredients are of their quality, it should hopefully be better than what I got. But just take this into consideration. Take it into consideration. Double check, make sure it looks all right. And, just keep that in mind. But what I got tonight was just disappointing overall. I'm disappointed. On one final note, one last thing that I wanted to bring up, and then that's about it for this review. I, of course, do my radio show, the VORW radio show. It's a weekly program where I kind of, I have some miscellaneous talk, and it's about an hour long. But in this latest program, I kind of address a couple current events, and I just consider it something very important. It'd mean a lot if you could give it a listen, even just the first 15 minutes, because that's where I kind of talk about a few things. But it'd mean a lot if you could give it a listen. You could check it out on SoundCloud. You could find the link to that in the cards, in the description, and I also have it in the pinned comment. But really appreciate it if you could give it a listen. That's very important to what's going on in this world today, and it's perspective, I'd always recommend getting a shortwave radio to listen to that on also. You could find that in the Amazon page in the description too, but I just wanted to get that out there. It'd mean a lot if you could listen. And that's all that I have for you. Disappointed by this, but who knows? Maybe they'll redeem themselves going forward. That's all that I have for you. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and this is Running on Empty Food Review. Thank you again for watching. Take care. Happy Friday.